I am Khalil Hacker, and thank you for accidentally tuning in to the very first review here on Slacker Reviews. This is where I will rant or rave about movies currently playing, I will talk about movies that I find underrated and I want to tell you guys about it, or I will take requests from you. Before I get into my first review, I want to give a big thank you to everyone who helped me decide that this should be a thing, mostly people on Facebook, so thank you. On that very first post that I announced this whole thing on, I asked for suggestions from everyone. On that post, I got 102 likes, but only 2 suggestions. The first one of which I have yet to see. The other one, on the other hand, just so happens to be one of my favorite movies of all time. Birdman is directed by Alejandro Iñárritu. It stars Michael Keaton, Emma Stone, Zach Galifianakis, and Edward Norton. This movie is about an actor who used to be a big-time superhero, but lately he's been a little bit washed up, so he wants to rejuvenate his career by starring in a Broadway play that he wrote, directed, and is starring in. Now that's all the story I'm going to give you on this one, because it's a much better journey going into it just knowing that. Now there's much deeper themes with this. It goes a lot into existentialism, it goes a lot into society itself, you know? It makes a lot of comments on how social media has been affecting pretty much everything lately. I mean, this video wouldn't be happening without social media. But there's one thing about this movie I really want to talk about. I think probably the coolest thing about it is it's directed and edited to look like it was done in one continuous shot. One continuous 2.5-hour camera movement is just one shot, which is awesome. Granted, it's not, and there are a few scenes where you can tell where, the editor obviously cut. But, regardless of that, it's still a lot of really long takes, which gets you some really awesome performances out of the actor. Because they're all working under the pressure of, not messing this up. Because they are taking, 10, 15, 20-minute takes, which is just awesome. Because everyone has to work together so fluently to make this work. And they did. And it's freaking cool. Now, talking about the acting, Emma Stone is freaking awesome as the kind of drugged up daughter. She just got out of rehab, stuff like that. And she's really good at it. There's something about her eyes. She even got really skinny for the role. It's awesome. She's awesome in it. I really liked Zach Galifianakis' role in this because it really showed that he's not always the bumbling idiot. Like we know from The Hangover, he's just the fat guy who poops his pants a lot. It's really cool to see him as an actual character. It's really cool to see that Zach Galifianakis can be an actor, and not just the stereotype. One of the coolest performances in this movie was definitely Michael Keaton, as, the guy who used to play Birdman. He's the actor who's getting over all of this fame, and now he's a little washed up. He hasn't been in anything lately. He played a really big superhero, and it's Michael Keaton. And it just kind of reminds me of something else that he's done. He's done something else where he was a big superhero, I don't know if you know, but Michael Keaton was Batman. Michael Keaton was Batman in the 1990 Batman movie, which is really cool because there's times in this film, Birdman, where you feel like he's actually delving into what he actually felt, coming off of that fame from Batman. And I think one of the biggest Oscar snubs, probably of all time, was Michael Keaton not winning the Oscar for this movie, because his performance was terrific. It was amazing, and you know for a fact that he reached down from personal experience to, give his all in this role, and it was just awesome. I also want to talk about Edward Norton's performance in this movie, because it was so fluent. It just seemed so easy to him. He made it all look just like it was easy. I mean, and you didn't even know he was acting at times. He was just being Edward Norton. You can hardly tell it's acting, and it's awesome. He did good. Another really awesome thing about this movie is the music. The entire score is just a guy sitting behind a drum set, playing the drums throughout the entire movie. And it's really cool because it's not something that was pre-recorded, you know, it's not something that someone made up and said, okay, let's put this in the movie, this sounds good, let's put this in the movie. What the director did, Alejandro Iñárritu, he found this really awesome drum player and he would play the movie for him. In between the drum player and the screen was his drum set. And the drum player would just drum how he felt the movie should sound at that point. And the director would talk to him, give him notes on what's going on, give him notes on what the characters are feeling right now. So the drum player would take all that and just make the music. So if it sounds like the music goes perfectly with what's going on, it's because it is perfect for what's going on. Overall, this movie is a pretty perfect movie. Some very, very long takes. Some amazing performances by the actors. Directing that's just flawless. A score that is made literally for this movie. So, overall, I will give Birdman a 10 out of 10. Which is very rare from me. Don't expect more of these. So, one of the biggest reasons why I wanted to make this channel was to make movies more well-known. Some like really good movies that I think should be more well-known to people. Birdman, sure, it won the Oscar for Best Picture and Best Writing, but how many of you honestly knew about it before this review? You see, in my area, when Birdman came out, it was in the theater for a week, and when I did go see it, it was in the smallest, tiniest, kind of danky looking theater screen that they had. Which is really depressing, because I'm pretty sure there was like Grown Ups 2 or something playing right down the hall on a very big screen with much more seats. We just need to have these things a little more well known. We need to talk about these movies more. We need to get these movies more widespread. I want to see more good movies out there. I want to see more people paying for good movies. So next time when Adam Sandler dresses up as a fat lady, or Tyler Perry is dressing up as a fat lady, or Martin Lawrence is dressing up as a fat lady, don't buy that ticket. Go see something that's worthwhile. Go see something that's going to make you think. So with that, I'm going to end the video. Before I end this video, I want to say thank you for being patient with me. I know this isn't the best lighting, my talking and stuff isn't the best. I'm not gonna lie, I was a little nervous doing this thing in front of the camera because it's a little awkward. It's just me in my room talking to me on a screen. So, thanks for being patient with me. These will get better with time. I hope to do more of these in the future. I hope you guys like it. So, yeah. I don't know how to end these things yet. I feel like I should come up with a catchphrase, maybe. Stop. Slacker time. Nah. Stay movies, my friends. No. Watch movies, my friends. No. Watch good movies. Subscribe because I'm desperate for attention. So I guess I'll see you next time. Bye.